So I'm Chris Francis. I'm the IT manager for Panorama Orthopedics and Spine Center. Prior to Reliable IT coming on board, we experienced outages and a variety of reasons for those outages, but the impact to the company was significantly larger and based on network design and certain limitations to servers and infrastructure design and understanding. We were a totally flat network, so anything that happened to our Golden Office where our servers were on-prem, the rest of the company shut down. Whether it was phones, faxes, our EMR systems, just absolutely anything to run the business. We also had performance issues because our only outbound internet was routed through Golden. And so each facility didn't have its own access to the internet. So again, if anything happened, your entire company is down if that main facility was done. With Reliable IT coming on board, that was one of the first gaps that we addressed. We put in a redundant MPLS network across all sites. Each site has its own internet access completely. We migrated our servers from an on-prem solution to a data center that has, frankly, the backups and the systems to run a larger infrastructure like ours. It also gave us the flexibility that if we do have a power outage in one of our facilities, or if something else outside of our control happens at any of our facilities, that facility is isolated and not the rest of the company, right? So the company's not impacted as drastically. The other thing that the network design did for us in segmenting the network correctly, it allowed our support teams the ability to diagnose and troubleshoot problems faster based on what systems were impacted and how they were segmented across the network. If computers had a problem, phones didn't. So shifting to a proper, more industry standard, best practice design that Reliable IT assisted us with, it cleared all that stuff up for us. We implemented a Citrix VDI environment that allows us to upgrade once and then just distribute it, which was a lot more secure. It made responsiveness and our ability to upgrade things faster. The VDI environment also protected us so that if somebody was to click on a malicious link or download a virus or just a malware at the first line of defense, they can simply log off. It restarts the VDI, which resets it. And so as long as that virus didn't write to a network share or anything like that, it was removed from our environment within a matter of minutes without significant IT intervention, with just the user turning off their Citrix environment and launching a new one. And then they're back up and functioning. And focusing on the patients and the care that they're supposed to be providing. Right. Those are some of the biggest reasons we switched to Reliable. It really is. It's been a beneficial relationship for us thus far, and we'll see where it continues to move. Where Reliable IT has helped us is providing virtual CIO services. And so I can come to Reliable and say, hey, my administrators or my care teams have this problem, and we need to figure out a way to solve this problem, and what technologies are out there, what have you experienced, right? And so it really helps us source solutions better. The other thing that it does is when you have your own internal IT team that works with your environment and your environment only, all they get to know and all they really see is your environment. Whereas working with Reliable IT, they get the experience of working and implementing tools in multiple environments. So it's rarely the first time they're doing something when they're installing it in your environment. So they've already gone through the trouble and the pain of executing implementations out of the gate and the lessons learned from those. The quarterly reviews that we do also help us line up the strategic IT plan with the business plan, right? For years, they sort of worked independently for us, and lining those two up and frankly reviewing them and making sure that what we thought of 3 months ago or a year ago is still on track and still makes sense today. And we don't need to shuffle priorities. We don't need to move things in different directions. But if we do, we're all agreeing to it and we're moving as a single solitary unit, which has been great. I mean, Reliable IT has really sort of been embedded into our culture as an IT organization that for an outsourced organization, you can't expect anything better. The bulk of our IT support is actually done remotely. Being able to contact an IT person over the phone, easy. Having a help desk queue, just answer it, whether they're here in front of you working, you're sharing resources, which makes response times go down. Their ability to troubleshoot the systems is the same as if they were on site, right? The things that they're doing, right? They're gonna remote into your machine and look at the error messages popping up and have if they need to do a video call with the end user, they can do that, right? If they just want to do a regular phone call, they can do that. They can get the information they need from the end user while still making the end user feel as if they're being heard, right? That's one of the gaps that I think a lot of people are areas of concern, is how do you provide support remotely but still make sure your teams and staff feel like they are truly being cared for. And with Reliable IT, the way they handle remote support, we haven't had those problems.